This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com. Be sure to visit SoccerPro.com for all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices with no membership fees. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for $10 off a $75 purchase, plus free shipping within the US. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing video of a pair of Mizuno Wave Ignitus 2s in the green, black, and orange colorway. This is probably one of the craziest looking colorways on the market for Mizuno Wave Ignitus, but unfortunately it's very limited as far as availability goes, so there won't be any buy it now links on the review page of my website, only links to the white colorway. But as you guys can see, it comes with the string bag here, Mizuno logo, there's a Wave Ignitus logo on there. Pretty cool they include a string bag. And then I'll get the shoes out of the box here. And like I said, this is probably one of the spaciest looking colorways out on the market. It combines this very bright green color. It's kind of like an army green. It's not like a lime, more like an army green, but a little bit lighter. And then you have these orange panels here mixed with the black, the orange studs, the orange Soleplate. Really is a cool looking shoe in my opinion. And I'm generally not a big fan of having the flashy shoes. Mizuno does a really good job at the color combos in my opinion, and just makes for some really cool looking shoes. If you ever heard me talk about the Wave Ignitus 2, it honestly is one of the most unique shoes on the market. The only shoe that really comes to mind that's even close as far as being that far out there and as far as technology and what's actually on the shoe is the A6 Lethal Tigre 5, which I'll leave an annotation in the top left corner if you do want to check that particular shoe out. But very cool. So this is kind of one of the newest colors from the launch colorway, which was the blue, white, and navy, which I'll leave an annotation of that in the top left corner as well. But just like I said, a very cool shoe. I'll talk about the upper a little bit here. You have this kangaroo leather upper here across the front. This is synthetic, but from right on this line here, it's kangaroo leather all the way across the forefoot and across the instep through the midfoot. Is kangaroo leather, really nice. But that's really not even the main feature of this shoe. The very first thing that you're going to notice that's really kind of got people excited about the Wave Ignitus series in general was this Mukaiten panel on here. That free kick style where the ball dips and drops, there's kind of no spin on the ball. You see Keisuke Honda, who's a Japanese player, who's actually kind of the main, not necessarily spokesperson, but he's the main sponsored player for the Wave Ignitus series. You see him take a lot of those types of free kicks, and I wouldn't necessarily say that the Mukaiten panel allows you to do this or enhances your ability to do this, but given that you have the proper technique, I find that it's easier to get off properly with this particular panel. All it is pretty much this very sticky rubber panel, which allows you, if like I said, if you get the right contact, to get an easier no spin effect on the ball. Not necessarily a better one, but it's easier to kind of get it off as opposed to without having this particular panel on here. So really cool they do have that. A lot of you free kickers would probably enjoy the Wave Ignitus 2 if you did give it a chance. And across the front of the shoe you have all of these panels, which are called bio panels or the bio vamps on the shoe. And what it is basically these rubber elements. They're very hard rubber, but they're heavily kind of grooved and heavily texturized, so there's plenty of abrasion to get between the ball when you do strike it. But when you're dribbling the ball, there's not really too much friction, which is really important for me. It has that feel of a kangaroo leather shoe, but when you're actually striking the ball, it's completely different. Having all of these hard rubber kind of panels on the front here really makes for a unique effect when striking the ball. If you read my full written review on this particular shoe, which there'll be a link in the description to the review page, I described this shoe as almost like robotic feeling, and that's because these panels really give this shoe kind of its own structural integrity. It's very unusual to strike the ball, but it feels just fantastic and is really cool. You can see that the lacing is slightly offset towards the outside of the shoe. Like again, very unique. But the shoe itself fits fantastic. Mizuno is kind of built a reputation on building fantastic fitting and fantastic quality soccer shoes. You can see the heel is very deep fitting as well. Then you have a synthetic suede heel liner, which again just feels great. It's probably one of the most comfortable shoes out of the box that you can buy. Seriously, you can get it out, wear it into a game, and you'll have no issues with discomfort or blistering or anything like that. And as far as the sole plate goes, you have Mizuno's Wave technology running through the heel area. And basically what that is basically a kind of like a pressure dispersion system. You see it on the running shoes a lot, and basically the concept is when you actually touch down, kind of the pressure kind of disperses through the sole plate and goes towards the forefoot. Somewhat like an energy transfer thing. And I'm not sure that's super noticeable in the soccer shoe as it is as in the running shoe, but it is nice that they did include it there. But if you're going to be playing on softer or firm ground like you're supposed to, you really shouldn't have any too much issues as far as cushioning goes. And you can see the stud pattern in sole plate here is very, very unique. You have a very layered sole plate here. You can see a couple of different layers, one of which is including a carbon fiber layer in between here. Really, really cool. You have about 3 different layers, and you have kind of a forefoot sole plate and then kind of a heel sole plate, and that's riveted together right here at the front. No worries of durability on this particular shoe. The Wave Ignitus 1 as well as the Wave Ignitus 2 are probably one of the most durable shoes on the market. Literally are indestructible. They have that external heel counter all stitched in here, which I'm really a big fan of. You're seeing less and less of the external heel counter, but this one not only looks spacey, it does a good job of grabbing your heel. You can see how it kind of cups in a little bit. The heel is very narrow, but when you actually put your foot in there, it kind of just grabs your heel really nicely and allows for just a very close fit, which is very important as far as having your heel locked in place and giving the shoe a very solid feel. But as far as the stud pattern goes, again, it's very, very unique. You have your standard 4 studs in the back, but they're very, very large, very aggressive. And then in the front here, you have these long, kind of long bladed studs, which again just feels very unique under the foot. It's not ideal for hard ground surfaces, but if you are on a firm ground surface, it really does work well. You have plenty of kind of traction under your foot, plenty of stability is what I meant to say, simply because you have a lot of studs on the ground when you have your foot planted, and it just has a unique feel to it. I wouldn't compare it to anything else on the market, but overall just really, really nice. You're probably going to like it, and it's really, like I said, very stable and just totally unique. There's really, like I said, nothing that you can compare this particular shoe to. But that's pretty much it for the unboxing video, guys. If you do want to check out the full written review, as well as buy it now links for this particular shoe, not necessarily its colorway, but for this particular shoe, there will be a link in the description to the review page on my website. You can pick these up in the white, red, and black colorway for about $158, shipped from Europe for about $12 shipping. Very reliable company, very easy, very good as far as shipping goes. Only takes about 5 days to ship from there. And like I said, if you want to get a pair in either firm ground or soft ground, those links will be available on the review page. There will be a link in the description to the firm ground as well as the soft ground review. So go ahead and check those out. Like I said, $158. If you want a pair, I recommend getting one right away, because once they're out of stock, they're going to be out of stock for good. So like I said, you want one, get one now. Don't wait for it. But pretty much that's it, guys. The high quality pictures will also be on the review page if you want to get a better idea of how this shoe actually does look in person, because it really, really is cool. It's kind of like a Ninja Turtle shoe, if you want to. That's kind of what I thought of when I first saw it. Just totally unique. But like I said, any comments or questions you guys have about the shoe, go ahead and leave me one down below. Any particular shoes you want to see the shoe compared to, go ahead and leave me a comment down below, because it's just, like I said, it's just so unique. It's difficult to compare the shoe to anything out on the market. But that's pretty much it, guys. Any questions you guys have not related to this video, and leave that on my Facebook page. There'll be a link in the description of that as well. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.